Alrighty, I'm getting started a little bit later today, so I'm just doing some simple soaping. I'm showing how I do my cobblestone soap, and first thing I do is I take a bucket, take my scraps, and I will grate them down. Do this until I get the desired amount of soap scraps by weight. Alright, I'm trying to grate down lighter colors to get a lighter bar. So what I will do with the darker pieces, I will set those aside because I also use my soap scraps to make my Naughty or Nice Coal Christmas soap, and that way I'm still using the scraps, but I'm just using the darker pieces for that. And here's some scraps. Put that in my bucket here. And continue on. Alright, so I have done all my shredding, and it's all here in the crock pot. It's got water in it, and I will use my spoon here, my giant spoon, to mix everything up. It will take a little while, and it has to go through intense heat. Let's see if I can show you how I mix it. It'll be a while, stay shreds for a while, and I will, once it gets to a certain consistency, I will add the scent to it. But right now it's just all soap shreds. Anyway, I'll bring you back. Here are my all-purpose bars done. Forgot to video those, but I'll work on videoing my soap dishes, doing 18 of them. So here we go. All right, here's an update on the cobblestone. As you can see, oops, sorry, it's kind of fuzzy. There's still quite a bit of shreds, but if I mix it, let's see if I can see, as I pull some aside, there's some melting down there. The camera's not focusing very well. Anyway, so that's what that was. Alright, so here we are starting with the dish soap. Here are the little containers. As you can see, oops, I've got several ready to go. And put on my gloves. First thing we will do is add the distilled water. Alright, now I am adding what's called citric acid. That will help with soap scum and fighting grease. Alright, I add this to the distilled water and let that dissolve. To the side. Now comes the coconut oil. Alright, the next thing I will do, I will add in my essential oils. I add those in first because this recipe, it gets very thick very quickly. And I use lime distilled essential oil and lemon distilled essential oil. The lime is good for cleansing on surfaces and helps to remove grease and leaves behind a fresh scent, citrusy scent. And then a lemon is has an astringent, detoxifying, and antiseptic and a disinfectant property. So that's real good for your dishes. So I'm gonna put those in here. This aside. Bring this back. Here's the lemon. And we will do the lime. And it looks like it's time to order some lime. I think I already did that. It might be up there somewhere, or maybe I need to order it still. I'll add that in there. Now I'm adding the sodium hydroxide and what is called the potassium hydroxide. I add the potassium hydroxide so you still get just a small amount, so you still get a hard bar like your Bath and Body bars that I make, but it makes it for a little more soft and easier to lather in the bowl when you're using the soap brush. So let's see. Add this. Yep. To double check the correct amount. too much. This is very precise. Side. And potassium. And put a little bit in my hand. So this is what they come in flakes versus the other one in beads. Okay. Alright, we want to add this in here. Alrighty, and then we're done, and then we'll mix that with the water. Alrighty, here is another progress update on the cobblestone soap. As you can still see some of the shavings, but it's starting to get gloppy. I guess if that's the correct term. We'll still keep it going for a little while longer and let you know. All right, here we've got all the coconut oil, all solid. Got my sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide. Set that aside. Here's my distilled water with my citric acid dissolved in it. What I do is what's called the heat transfer method, where I take my sodium and potassium hydroxides, put it in the water, and then the chemical reaction between the water and this will heat up to a very hot temperature, and once it dissolves, I will take the heat, you take this and pour it into the solid oils, and the heat from that will melt the solid oils. So here's this. It's humid today because some of the sodium hydroxide stuck to the side of the container. And stir this until it dissolves. And I don't know if you can hear that big bubbling. That is the potassium hydroxide. It tends to do that. I don't know if you can see the heat or the steam coming up from the fly water there. Whew, it is warm. And just to show you how hot this stuff gets, I will take my handy dandy thermometer and measure the temperature and show you. Let's see if I can do this right-handed here. Oops. I don't know if you can see that. It's like 230 some degrees. All right. All right, we'll put that away. dissolved. Yep. Now we'll carefully pour over the coconut oil far enough away from my phone. Water. I'll take my stick blender here. And you'll see that it will start to melt. As you can see, the phone would stop wobbling. You can see most all that solid coconut oil's almost all melted by now. I'm just going to continue to mix this, and then I will pour it into my containers over here. Okay, my all-purpose bars are done. My dish soaps are done. The cobblestone is almost done, but I just thought I'd kind of show you. I've got some stuff that I need to put in my inventory because I had to get a few items at the store that I usually get at Walmart for my bath bombs and shampoo bars, as well as for making my soap to line my soap molds. So let me show you that. Plus I got some stuff in the mail. Okay, here's freezer paper. I use that to line my molds. I have baking soda, that's for my bath bombs. And here's some stuff for my shampoo bars. Sugar is for my sugar scrubs. And then here is some fragrance oil for some of my items that I get as well, plus some other stuff for my bath bombs and shampoo bars. So I've got to put that all in inventory, and I'll do that later. Alright, here it is, the cobblestone. It's about as good as it's going to get. You see all the little pieces still in there. I'll add my fragrance oil, and I think I'm going to add something a little different, because even though I use the light pieces of soap, it still has a brown tint to it, so I think I'm going to add, I don't know, a little something, I'm not sure what yet, and to hopefully lighten it up or make it a little pretty or something, I don't know. So then I'll add my fragrance oil or my essential oils to it as well. Alrighty, here is my cobblestone soap. I tried to do something to make it a little prettier. Didn't really work very well, but it's still good soap, and I don't like to waste anything. So as soon as this gets hardened up, I will take it out and cut it. And because it's what's called rebatch soap, and it's already soap that's been through its process, it's completely, as soon as it's hardened up, it will be completely ready to go. And as soon as it's hard, I will be able to pull it out and cut it. So there's that. And of course, like I said, here's the dish soap and all-purpose bars.